I may have inherited the best conditions like in Kerala. Then my rule takes place over the next 15, 20 years. So then you would want to see in judging how I'm doing, whether I've improved on it. So that's in economics we say levels versus first difference, or just a change in the levels. So Gujarat, when you first look at it, like I did when I was going to give that lecture in Gujarat at the Chief Minister's invitation, looks rather low. And that's what Raghu Rajam also, when he was asked by N.K. Singh, etc., to produce a report, he looked at levels. He didn't look at the first differences. Now, Raghu Rajam, of course, is a brilliant guy, but I guess in politics, if you're a political job, you have to oblige a little bit. So that's where this whole question of, the levels. And I think Professor Sen also in his book deals mostly with levels, not with the change. So when I went there, I asked my co-author, Professor Panagaria, who's trained in Princeton, so he deals with data. So I asked him, I said, look, I want to see what are the changes in poverty and the changes in social indicators like literacy, nutrition, etc. And I was quite surprised because Gujarat did a lot better. It's not the only one, because Jayalalitha also has managed to produce something, and there are 2 or 3 other states. But Gujarat is among the top performers. And so that changed my mind, you see. And then I started thinking about how come this happened? Because it's very difficult just for growth by itself to do it. There's got to be some other policies, right? Which make sure that, the benefits go. And in Gujarat also has very big tribal population. Extremely big tribal population. So even if the mainland is growing, right, Ahmedabad and all the other areas and so on, these guys in the tribal areas may not be connected to it. So it may take a long time before it transmits itself through some mobility from the hills to the plains and so on. So there also, there has been affirmative action of that kind. So I think the way to think about it is that the reason why growth has worked so well is that it has been more inclusive than it might have been because of the tradition of social spending, which then means that as the system grows, it tends to spend on people to bring them into the mainstream, and 2, some other bits of affirmative action, particularly for the tribal areas and so on.